Hello, friends, and welcome to Pediatric Flow. I'm Jolene, a doctor-prepared, dual board-certified pediatric nurse practitioner, and I'm so glad you're here. Today is the first day of Nurses Week, and before anything else, I just want to say thank you. Thank you to the nurses showing up today exhausted, grieving, overwhelmed, hopeful, and yes, determined, and still walking into patient rooms with compassion. Being a nurse isn't just a job. It's carrying people through some of the hardest moments of their lives. And you do it effectively and beautifully. So happy Nurses Week to all of you. So for those of you that don't know me, or maybe you're new to this podcast, I'm Dr. Jolene Carlton, a pediatric nurse practitioner, dual board certified. I am an educator, a leader, and founder of Pediatric Flow Media. And today I wanted to spend some time talking about what it really means to be a trailblazer in nursing. And this Nurses Week is especially meaningful to me because I was honored to be included in Johnson & Johnson's Nurses Week campaign as a trailblazer. And while that title is incredibly humbling, I've spent a lot of time thinking about what that actually means. Because being a trailblazer isn't about attention or titles. It's about responsibility. A trailblazer in nursing is someone willing to keep learning, someone willing to advocate, someone willing to ask hard questions, and someone willing to stand up for patient safety even when it's uncomfortable. And honestly, sometimes it's simply the nurse who keeps showing up. Now, I've been doing this for a very long time now. I have over 30 years in healthcare. And one thing I know for certain is this: you never stop learning. One of the most important things I can tell younger nurses, students, NP students, residents, anyone in healthcare is this: take ownership of your own education. That does not necessarily mean another degree. Although formal education is absolutely wonderful, but continuing to learn is bigger than the letters behind your name. As we call it, the alphabet soup, because really in nursing, that's what it is. So when you go home after a shift and think, I didn't fully understand why that treatment was chosen, look it up. If you don't understand a diagnosis, study it. If you don't understand why one medication route was chosen over another, ask. Ask your physicians. Ask your nurse practitioners. Ask your experienced nurses. And say to them, help me understand the why. Because the strongest nurses are not the ones pretending to know everything. The strongest nurses are the ones committed to learning. And I truly believe one of the foundations of becoming an exceptional nurse is understanding pathophysiology. Understanding why the body is responding the way it is changes everything you do. It changes how you think. It changes how you advocate. It changes how you communicate with providers and leadership. And it changes the level at which you practice. When you understand pathophysiology, you stop memorizing the task at hand and start understanding the medicine. And that's where confidence comes from. One of the core principles I have carried with me from my associate's degree to my bachelor's, to my master's, my postmaster's, all the way through my doctorate is this: patient first always. Patient safety first. Patient advocacy first. And if you can anchor yourself there, if every decision that you make comes back to what is the safest and best for the patient, then everything else becomes clearer. Now, that doesn't mean healthcare is easy, because it's absolutely not. It doesn't mean it's not ever changing, because it always is. But when your intentions are rooted in protecting and caring for patients, you'll be able to stand firmly in your practice, confidently. I also think one of our responsibilities as experienced nurses and leaders is bringing others up with us. There has historically been this phrase, nurses eat their young. And unfortunately, sometimes that mentality still exists. But struggling does not always mean incapable. People learn differently. So instead of immediately writing someone off, we need to ask multiple questions. Are they being taught effectively? Do they need a different learning approach? A different preceptor? More support? More time? And maybe a different environment? Because sometimes an incredible nurse is on the other side of encouragement instead of criticism. And speaking of supporting nurses, I wanted to do something very special for Nurses Week from my company, Pediatric Flow. So I'm hosting a free nurse giveaway through my website, www.pediatricflowpedsmp.com, where one nurse is going to receive one of my sweatshirts and one of my journals from Pediatric Flow Media. It's completely free to enter. You just go to my website and sign up with your email. And I'll put the link in the description underneath this podcast and across my social media. And honestly, this is just my small way of giving back to a profession that has given so much to me. So to every single nurse listening today, doesn't matter where you are, in what department, or what entity of nursing you are, please never underestimate the impact that you have. The knowledge you build matters. Your compassion matters. Your presence matters. And even on the days when healthcare feels heavy, and there will be many, your work still matters. So keep learning, keep advocating, keep asking questions, and keep protecting your patients. And bring light into rooms that desperately need it. So again, happy Nurses Week to all of you out there. And I hope it's a great week for you. And remember, the world needs your compassion, your courage, and your light. And as always, until next time, keep shining.